Hey YouTube, and welcome back. So this is my third video now, and today I'm going to be talking about prep because I said in my first video that I'm currently in prep for a competition, just a small local meet, and it should be a lot of fun, but I'm still prepping for it as I would any other competition. So yeah, I'm going to take you with me today. I've got quite a big training session, so where I'm in the final 4 weeks now. The intensity is going up a notch just to really bring me to peak before the competition. So yeah, I've got quite a big squat session today, which I will show you some of on here, and then I'm going to go through the sort of things that I do running up to a competition just to ensure that recovery and all the training goes as well as possible, and then ideally to have the best day possible as well. So yeah, stay tuned, and I hope you enjoy this video. Okay, so I'm in the gym right now, and we're in 4 weeks out now. The intensity is going up. I'm not gonna lie, there's been a lot of AMRAPs in this program, but I've got another one today, and it's 135 kilos, which is like 87%, so I should get 5 to 6, but I'm not gonna lie, it doesn't feel that good today, so we'll see. But yeah, wish me luck.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, keep it coming, that's good. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah, more, that's good. Yep, all the way, that's good. Yep, up, up.
I'm back, and I'm actually really pleased with how that session went. It really exceeded expectations. I was not expecting to get 7 reps. It was only a week and a half ago that I did an AMRAP at 130 and I got 8 reps. So to almost match that with an extra 5 kilos is a very good sign, and I'm very excited now to see what's there on the day. So fingers crossed it'll be something good, but for now let's move on to some things that I'm currently doing, and you may want to try if you are in prep for a competition and you just want things to go nice and smoothly. So the first thing probably doesn't come as a surprise, but it's just making sure I'm getting enough rest in, so aiming for those 7 to 9 hours of sleep a night, which is obviously quite well known, but something that's lesser known is that at night we actually build up hormone reserves within a certain time. So actually getting to bed a bit earlier can help to ensure that you're building up enough of those in your sleep to actually feel like nice and refreshed in the morning. So aiming to get to bed more around like 9-10 p.m. Can be way more beneficial than going to bed later. So that's something that I'm really focusing on right now. I personally can really tell the difference when I go to sleep earlier and get a full night's sleep, whereas if I go to sleep later. So if that's you and you are getting your full night's sleep but you are actually going to bed quite late, then that's something to try, because yeah, it can really help. So that is my number one, making sure that you're getting your sleep in, and also with like rest, if you're having hopefully you are having rest days and you're getting enough of those to fully recover, but on those days, like if you're having an active rest day, which I do recommend, like that's great, just don't overdo it. Make sure that you are still prioritizing that as a rest day and you're allowing your body that time to properly recover between your sessions. So anything that you do on that day, just keep it really low impact and low intensity, so that you are actually prioritizing the rest. So that's the number one, making sure that you are resting, just managing your fatigue, running up to the competition, and yeah, actually doing that. Then secondly, you may want to do this one, you may not. I personally like to track my calories up towards comp. I actually don't track that much throughout the rest of the time, but during my prep I like to have that data just to ensure that I am getting enough protein in for my muscles to repair well between sessions. Obviously protein has so many other functions throughout the body, so it's not only that I'm eating it for, or making sure that I'm eating enough for, but obviously as a powerlifter that is very important. So yeah, as a strength athlete, I'd recommend between 1.5 to 2.2 grams per kilogram of body weight or of lean mass, just to ensure that you are getting enough for the recovery between sessions. And then as outside of that, I can also make sure I'm getting enough carbs in for, again, recovery and energy, with like to put into training sessions, etc., and life. And just having an idea of like how many calories I'm on. Like right now, I don't really need to stress about making weight, but if you are needing to cut down to get into your weight category, obviously giving yourself enough time and having a bit of a plan running up to make sure that you are able to just do that over a longer period of time and make weight without having to go into like a really nasty deficit that is going to obviously have detriment to your end result. So that's another reason why you may or may not want to track running up to your competition. There are other methods that you can use. I'm not saying tracking is like the one and only way, but I personally find it really helpful, and I know that a lot of other people do too. So something to consider, take it or leave it, but that's something that I'm doing right now. And then the third thing, I was going to call it like managing externals, but I think we all know that that is pretty much impossible. Life happens and we cannot control some things. So the ones that you can control outside of the gym, just managing those. So for me, that's like not doing sports that I'm going to be increasing my risk of injury doing. For anyone that follows my Instagram, they might know that I like to do things like horse riding, skateboarding, and surfing. Not very well, but it's something that I enjoy from time to time. But obviously these are sports that are going to be slightly higher injury risk, and I don't really do these things going into a competition, because obviously now is the worst time to get injured. I don't want to have to pull out, so maybe something to consider if you are running into a competition. Don't do things that might get you injured, or have a higher risk of getting you injured. Also, like if you drink alcohol, that's something else you might want to consider, like cutting back or maybe not even drinking at all running up to your comp, just because of like the studies that show how alcohol can impact your recovery, because obviously that is the key thing right now. We want to be recovering as well as possible from our sessions, so that we're going to get the most out on the day and just have a really good performance. So things like that you can control, just to try to limit any speed bumps in the road running up to your comp, and just having a little bit of a keeping your comp in mind, being a bit more mindful, and being sensible in the run up to your comp. So I guess those are my 3 things that I would recommend and do running up to a comp, and then outside of that, it's just like not putting too much pressure on yourself. You don't want to come away feeling disappointed. Like the worst thing that's going to happen is you're going to come away knowing what not to do, and have things to learn from. So try to remember that you are there to enjoy it. That is the key. Hopefully that is the reason that you're doing the sport. So just try to bear that in mind. Don't set your heart on like numbers. By all means have goals, but at the same time just try to remove as much pressure as possible and enjoy it. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, please subscribe, and I will catch you in later videos.